If you want the experience of flying a plane, you usually have to come to a small airport, spend a lot of time and money, and then maybe eventually take off in a small Cessna or Piper. If you have a computer, you can fly an F-16 jet fighter or even a 747 with flight simulator software. These flight simulators have been the best-selling category of entertainment software for years. Today, we'll put on a computerized air show as we look at the best of the flight simulators on this edition of the Computer Chronicles. Joining us now is Gilman Louie, CEO of Spectrum Holobyte, and next to Gilman, Wild Bill Stealey, president and co-founder of MicroProse. Jan?
Gilman, there's lots of different flight simulators out nowadays. Now, you've got one called Falcon AT. Tell us what's special about that.
Okay, take that, you dirtbag, you.
All right, tell us what's happening for we novices here.
Right now, she has me on a complete radar lock, and she just fired a missile that hit me right in the rear of my plane, and I'm in flames, and I'm heading down.
There you go.
And I am shot out of the sky.
Okay, I take it you were polite and gentlemanly there, that you could really beat her if you wanted to.
Actually, she's not bad of a pilot herself.
All right, Gilman, I want to ask you to reboot there and get into your single-player mode so you can give us another demo in just a moment. While you're doing that, Bill, I want to talk to you. As we can tell by your uniform, you're the real thing here. I mean, you were Air Force Academy and flight instructor and jet fighter pilot and so on. How good is this simulation stuff? How much of the experience of really flying can it give you?
Well, I think it was interesting. Gilman said that he was the first one to train real Air Force pilots. He's the first one to get paid for it. Back in the middle 70s, I started flying for the Pennsylvania National Guard. And in 1982, when we built our first product, in fact, MicroProse was the first ones to do real combat flying simulation. Only the Microsoft product was out before ours. We did a product called Hellcat Ace. And Hellcat Ace was used by my Air National Guard unit to teach guys how to strafe. And that was back in 1982. But what it is, we teach situation awareness. You got to understand all the factors that go along with flying an airplane. How to make decisions with limited information and know when to run and when to hide.
And the simulators
can do that.
Okay. And just tell us what you're seeing there.
Right now, I just crashed into the runway. Speed, taking off.
All right, that's why we have a real pilot here, Gilman, if you forgive me. And
Look, I think these are simulations, right?
That's what it is. They are simulations, and if you do the wrong thing,
the wrong thing happens.
That's right.
All right, I want to ask you if you can get out of that for a moment, because I want Bill to give us a chance to show F-15 Strike Eagle. What's special about that? How do you position that as one of the flight simulators?
Well, it was the original combat flight simulator. The original version that sold 1 million copies worldwide. It gave an opportunity for a lot of people to sell flight simulators. We take a little different approach. We take the player's approach. We're more interested in 250 million square miles of terrain. We're more interested in the Persian Gulf, Central Europe. So where Gilman concentrates on the cockpit, we concentrate on the situational awareness, which he does too, but we're more interested in 3D graphics on the ground. That's
kind of fly the plane. Show me how.
Okay, as a veteran fighter pilot, I'll head out on the Persian Gulf, and you notice I can go to Vietnam if I wanted to. And we'll go from an air base to an Army headquarters to a missile boat. Okay, I'm ready to go. And here we're going to be sitting on the...
Strike Eagle, cleared for takeoff.
We'll fire the engine up, start rolling down. And notice on the left we have a top-down map of the entire Persian Gulf area. On the center we have a map that tells us if the bad guys are going to shoot us down. And we got a target right in front of us. It's locked on the right one. It's an F-5 Tiger. We got missiles away. Missiles away. Okay, we're going to follow that missile and head over there and see what we got. We got a hit. Nice hit. And we got a missile boat there out in front of us. But what I'd like to do is come back over the top. And you notice my pitch lines there. And I've got the runway that we just took off of down there. So I'm going to come flying by the runway just so we can get a good look at the runway. And we're heading down the runway. And you notice we got runways and all that kind of good stuff out there. And there I'm flying down the runway. And there's the runway. You see the hangars and the other airplanes there. And up over the top and roll, victory roll. I like a good victory roll once in a while. Pull the nose down and back through. A little split S. We got radar down there and we got a couple other things. Go back to the front. And a couple things that we can do here is put on the autopilot. I'm kind of a lazy pilot, nothing exciting about flying directly. So I can put it on an accelerated mode and I can look for a target. And you notice that the target indicator in the center kind of gives me an idea, and I'll change the radar range on that. And there's my target. I've got a missile boat out there. It's about 83 clicks away. You can see the right-hand screen, and it's a bearing of 034. In fact, I can go take a look at that missile boat, and there he is sitting under the clouds there. And I've got the acceleration on. And as soon as I get a round circle, I've got a missile lock. I'll zoom in on my top-down map, and there is where I am. And we're going to launch a missile just about now. We're 46 clicks away. We've got to get to about 30 clicks to really launch the missile. Now, we do have some slew keys. We got something inbound from the left. We got to be careful, get some chaff. We got an airplane to the left. We're going to blast that guy. We got a missile lock, and we'll take a quick watch. And I think the missile away, we'll put the autopilot back on, and we'll go take a look. And we got to hit. Got to hit. Got to hit. Back to the top. Ooh, we got hit at the same time. We're going to go back to our Sidewinder, and we got a missile inbound on us there. And we got a target out there, too. Let's get out of this accelerator mode. I have a tough time flying accelerator. And we've got somebody 74 clicks away, but we got somebody to the left and above us. There he is. We're turning and pulling, and we're using the indicator in the center there to take a look at that guy. Got somebody, a missile inbound. Got to do it, use our flare. And there he is. I saw him on the left.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. Got a lock on him. Got a lock on him. He's 12 clicks away. Missile away. Missile away. And we got him. There goes his parachute out, if you notice.
Yeah.
And he's heading down.
All right, Bill, we just have about 30 seconds left. Show me at the end of a mission, you have a kind of debriefing thing you can go through, don't you?
We do have a debriefing thing, and there's only one way to get to it, and let's see if we can do that. We'll jump out of the airplane.
Okay.
And we just jumped out of the airplane, and there it goes heading down, and...
okay, you got to crash and die there.
You got to either land or crash and die, and I just soon jump out of the airplane myself. Otherwise, you do have to fly back and land, and you can teach landing practice in this airplane, too. For the beginner pilots, of course, we have a mode where it'll land for you, just to let beginner pilots not be too concerned about
Okay, and what are we seeing right here, then?
Well, this is you riding down on your parachute. I mean, the parachute's above you, and your feet got to touch the water before they can come pick you up in the helicopter.
Okay, then we get the debriefing here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what is this?
That is the Persian Gulf, and we took off from that air base there, and then we flew out there and shot down an F-15 Tiger, and then we were hit by a Sea-Cat missile.
So we got to run through the whole history of what happened during that particular flight.
Yep, and then it sends us off and gives us a medal and says, good job, Bill.
Well, Bill, Gilman, thank you very much. Now, these PC flight simulators have gotten pretty good, but they're not quite the same thing as the